Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VII. In the last part, we fought Diamond Weapon. The barrier at the North Crater got destroyed, but Hojo's trying to fire that thing off again. So since we now have the ultimate weapon, we're gonna raid Midgar. By the way, put ribbons on everyone. Before we head on off though, here is our rough layout. Because you're gonna want some good magic going in. Also, if you're going for 100%, you're going to want to bring Barrett in. There's a certain item you can only get while he's in your party. And I'm bringing along Vincent because there's some extra dialogue with him. So let's just head on over to Midgar backwards. Because, you know, we're cool like that.
Oops, had a mini thing happen. Oh well.
You good?
Yeah.
Alright. But, since the transportation to the slums is cut off, we don't really have a way in. But, thankfully, we remember, oh right, we're in an airship. Who needs the land?
And away they go.
I think this is the only airship in the series I can think of that they downright say, yeah, we have parachutes on here. Mind you, now that I think about it, this is the first Final Fantasy to be set in a more realistic or grounded tone, at least beyond just high fantasy.
I mean, in other games, you just land the airship outside the place you're going to raid, and then you just enter. Enter right through the front door. Case in point, Lindblom.
Yeah.
Actually, no, not really.
Lindblom, Vector. Down we go! Damn, Vincent committed. He dived foundations right at the start. Holy shit, I don't think I've ever noticed that. You do get one more chance to choose your party once you're down here, though, so you don't have to worry if you messed it up. Guys, we're getting kind of low. Getting kind of low. Oh, God, my parachute's out. Okay, now we're good. Hello, Yoshi's Island Sprite rotation.
I've always wanted to go parachuting. It seems really exciting, but very scary.
I would be scared shitless. I would not do it myself. But since Heidegger's aiming after us, we're gonna take a back path around to get to the Sister Ray's platform. And you get one save point here, which I recommend using if you're new to the game, because this next section can be a little bit deadly. And time for one of my favorite musical cues. Bombing mission theme is back, and it feels so good. I love this track.
Oh god. I forgot about this section. I don't think there's been one time where I've gotten all the items.
This section is confusing from a visual standpoint because that thing I crossed by earlier seems like there's a fence in front of it, but there's not. And there's a lot of pretty annoying enemies in this area, honestly. Starting off, though, we have the Crazy Saw. This thing has 3,900 HP, 800 XP, 80 AP, 1,300 gil. You can steal the Mute Mask from it. It can drop Phoenix Downs and others. You can morph it into a Turbo Weather. And otherwise, it's a standard machine type enemy, which we haven't seen in a while. Just weak to lightning. No real other elemental affinities to it otherwise. The Mute Mask, by the way, I think does silence on all enemies. So, I guess that could be useful if you were finding something that had a lot of magic, but status ailments on enemies isn't too useful barring break and stop.
Something I wish that was implemented when it comes to petrification is like kind of what they did in Final Fantasy X. I kind of mean this for earlier games, is that they die upon being shattered or physically attached, kind of like Freeze in 9. Anyways, now we have the Manhole, 2,500 HP, 900 XP, 80 AP, 3,000 gil. No elemental weaknesses, but they do drop X potions if you're really, really lucky, but there's nothing to steal from them. Nothing too big to point out for them either. They use Fire too. And they have Fire and Ice too. They can also use Vanish on themselves, so just make sure you're using magic against them more often than not.
The biggest annoyance with the manholes is that they can switch positions between a manhole A, B, and C. And because if they switch when you've already targeted one thing, they're going to not get hit by it. So you need to be careful and time your attacks well. Also, if you didn't get enough of Cloud's really slow ladder climbing back in Disc 1, do I have an area to explain to you? Because there are ladders all over the place here. Alright, next up on the enemy roll call, we got the Final Fantasy Standard Behemoth. 7,000 HP, 1,500 experience points, 100 AP, 2,200 gil. No elemental weaknesses. It can drop Stardusts, you can steal Phoenix Downs and Morgongs. This thing's biggest thing is that it has the enemy skill that we saw back from those weird balance enemies in the Shinra Mansion, the 4 question marks ability that just does a lot of the damage you've dealt to it. And it has Flare. This thing can do some quick damage to you, but if you take care of it more quickly, you're fine.
Vincent just turned into a Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
That's probably one of the stranger send-ups in all of his horror stuff. He just turns into Jason Voorhees with a goddamn chainsaw. Honestly, though, that's probably one of the easiest behemoths in the series. Like, the only one I can think of that'd be theoretically easier is the one in Final Fantasy II you encounter in the last third.
Oh. FF4 behemoths aren't too bad. They only counter with physical attacks, to my knowledge.
They counter physical attacks with one thing, magical attacks with another, but the physical attacks is the one you want to have happen because I think they use Tornado if you use magic, and you just want to avoid that.
9 has the worst behemoths by far. No one can tell me otherwise.
9s are pretty bad. 10's King Behemoths are pretty annoying. 14, they're basically jokes. But that's because there's a difference in mechanics for an MMO. Yeah, jump. Oh, God! That should be stabilized better. That's a work safety hazard.
I actually wondered if that was something you could avoid. But apparently not. So, next is the Cromwell, 3,500 HP, 120 MP, 800 experience points, 80 AP, 1,500 gil. As with all machines, it is weak to lightning, so use that. And they can drop 8-inch cannons, which I believe are the strongest, like, projectile item in the game? I could be wrong.
I think they're relatively easy enemies all the same. In fact, I have to wonder if the enemies here are intentionally easier just to show how much farther you've gone since the beginning of the game. 8-inch cannon, base damage 3,200. Yeah, it's explosive physical damage for the 8-inch cannon. So that's pretty powerful. Come on, Cloud. Do it. Climb faster. You know, of all games to talk about this, it's times like this I wish Final Fantasy VII had the Mega Man 8 Climb Ladders Faster ability. The thing that you never use in Mega Man 8.
Mega Man 8. What a game that is.
Behind the medium of Han Dr. Wily.
Find Dr. Wiry.
Alright, now I can't remember off the top of my head which way we have to go first, because one of these two pathways leads to the item. I think it's the chute on the bottom right, whereas the top, the stairs to the left are the actual exit we need to go to. But I want to grab all the items, because I'm a completionist like that. Sometimes. A lot of the time.
Sometimes. Are you going to do everything in Final Fantasy 9, i.e. perfect game with Excalibur 2?
I think Excalibur 2 is the only thing I'm not going to be doing, because I'm definitely getting S treasure rank. I'm getting all the enemy skills, I'm getting every chocograph. I'm going to be doing everything for that except for Excalibur 2. I might do a brief show-off thing of getting it, like I might drop a save at the save point before that, like use Game Shark to show off
Yeah, okay.
Also, this is Cloud's level 3 limit break. I forget if we've shown this off yet. This is
Finishing Touch.
It sucks enemies into the air and instantly kills them. If they're immune to instant death, they'll just drop back down and take some pretty heavy damage.
It's so much better in Smash 4.
Oh, it's scary in Smash 4, dude. That thing scares me. High knockback at like 70, I'm dead.
1% damage.
It's like Luigi's down taunt, I think, is the thing that spikes?
Yes, at ledge. God. I love playing Smash with you, dude. It's so fun.
Smash has got, especially with how, for those who don't know, Kenny and I and a group of our friends play Smash fairly regularly nowadays. And myself and our friend Kick have improved tremendously since about May of this year.
Yes.
We were not
at a time, Anthem of the World and I would wipe the floor with them, and now they're really kind of good at this game, and it's hard to beat them all the time.
Yeah, and hey, look, we're back in the train tracks. It's been a long-ass time. If you want to progress, you actually want to travel forward from that room, heading towards the back of the screen. But I want to travel towards the screen for several intersections. And along the way, we encounter one of my least favorite enemies in the game, the Shadow Makers.
Oh god, these things.
2,000 HP, 500 experience points, 25 AP, 500 gil, double damage from lightning. You can steal Graviballs from them, and they'll drop Turbo Weathers. Their only attack is to use slow on them. They do not deal damage whatsoever. They are there just to waste time or to be a party player if they have more enemies with them. With that said, there's a certain item duplication glitch in this game that they're fairly useful for due to that because they don't do damage. And we'll be talking about that item duplication glitch in a few moments. Wink, wink. Running the marathon.
It's one of the best things in the game.
Yeah, and I don't take abuse of it too much because I want the game to have somewhat of a chance. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
With that said, what we're going after right now is a secret that you could also get after this point, I think, from the Bone Village digging minigame. I believe is how you can get it after this. And it honestly might be more worth it to do that because you travel quite a few screens back just to get to this item. They give you a couple of power sources along the way.
Aren't you basically walking the perimeter of Midgar by doing this?
Just about. Because let's see, that we're in Sector 2's train station now.
I smell it. The cannon is not this way.
Yeah, the cannon's not this way, Red. I'm not sure. I think in some of these rooms, as you see, since Red was there, I think certain people will be placed in certain positions depending on who you bring into your party.
Who's in your party.
I'm not sure if anyone's in that position besides Red, but I know there's definitely a spot for everyone along this trip. Which I do like that they do that because it actually feels like we're all doing something here. Compared to certain other games where once you have your party, they're the only ones that you take in. And there's this certain item right there alongside a save point. This is the W item Materia. Using it allows you to use 2 items in a row in sequence. However, there's a glitch where if you select the first item and then the second one, if you cancel the second item, it'll just put another one of that item in your inventory. So you can have infinite Mega Elixirs if you wish. Oh, hey, it's the Turks.
Oh, you must have cut to the front.
Yeah, I cut out that backtracking because I was like 2 minutes there. I'm not showing that off again. Because we're back at the place where we were when we came down the little ladder to the left.
Also, you can skip this fight if you want, as far as I know.
Yes. In this cutscene, because they're talking to us right now, there's going to be a little dialogue option where it's like, no, we don't want to bother. If you have done the Wutai side quest, that's when that dialogue option pops up, and you can skip the fight, because they're like, you know, you're pretty chill, guys. You helped us out. Sure, you just go ahead. You're fine. But because there's a unique enemy to this, I want to show it off. Yeah, let's end this. Come on, fight me. Yeah, we do have a bit of an odd relationship with you Turks now. We're kind of buddies. Either way, time for our final fight against all of the Turks. We got Reno and Rude returning, but new is Elena. Why don't you lead us off?
All right, I'll go over Reno and Elena first. So Reno has 1,000 HP in Sector 7. Let's see, where is this actually? In Sector 8, which is where we're fighting him right now, he's got 25,000 HP, 2,000 MP, 4,500 experience points, 458 AP, 3,000 gil. You can steal a tough ring from him. Probably one of my favorite items in the whole game. Drops an elixir. Also keep in mind he absorbs lightning. Elena has 30,000 HP, 6,400 XP, 800 AP, 7,000 gil. You can steal a Minerva band from her, which I believe is female only, and she absorbs ice.
And Rude has 2,000 HP. Wait, no, that's the first fight. Definitely not 2,000. 28,000 HP, 5,500 XP, 600 AP, 5,000 gil. You can steal the Zydric from him again if you need it. You can get an elixir from defeating him. As usual, he has the little caveat where if Tifa's in your party, he will not attack her unless she's the only party left, in which case he still only has a 1 in 3 chance of using an attack on her. But like with the other fights, if I want to get experience from all of them, I need to kill them just about simultaneously. And the best way for me to do that is to use other abilities that'll target them all, but right now, as you can see, I'm fast forwarding because this took a while in the fight to get this last steal out. So let's just get this out of the way, because this fight took a while. This fight took me a while, and it's just a lot of waiting.
Oh, also keep in mind Elena can use Entice, which is bad. And
they also swap rows, I think, every other turn. So in some turns, Elena's in the front row and the other two in the back.
I gotta tell you, that's actually pretty cool. To be honest, I don't know any other set of enemies that does that.
The only one I can think of sort of like that is one that makes you swap your rows with like the behemoth into the dead behemoth fight in 6, not 1 cave where you find realm / shadow, depending on if you let him live or die at the floating continent. And here we go. This should be the end of it. Vincent, no, Barrett, blow them up. Now Barrett
is dead.
Gotta tell Marlene about this, and you're gonna have a real big competition coming your way, man. You're supposed to be there for us, man. You lost your limit break, too. I mean, come on.
Can we just say that when you die and your limit break goes all the way down, it's pretty sad. People that complain about Final Fantasy IX's trance system, understand it, but hello, your limit gauge goes down in this game if you die. At least your trance gauge doesn't do that in 9. Let's be fair.
I honestly think the best in between of it would be something like what the remake seems to be doing. And that's the last we see of the Turks in the game. Nice little farewell. See y'all later. You'll do fine. You're still around. Hi, Yuffie. All right, I'm going. God, teenagers. What is she doing? Why is she just kneeling?
Is she sitting on the ground?
Maybe she's tired because it's a long run.
She's the most fit out of everyone there, though, right?
Yeah. I think we have another little divergence here. If you go one way, I think you find an item, and the other way you don't. Oh yeah, that's what it is. If we head to the left, we find ourselves back in a familiar location. Hey, Shinra HQ, it's been a while. Now, there are some more... We're going to be doing a bit here right off the bat, but the most important thing to note is that in the case you didn't get the Turtles Paradise flyers here, this is your last opportunity to do so if you want those items from the Turtles Paradise we got back in, part, 18 or something? But I am here for a few important items. First off, you might remember here in the item shop, there were a couple of chests we couldn't unlock back when. Now we can actually grab these. We get the Pile Bunker, which I don't care about, and the Master Fist, which is another weapon I don't care about. At this point, I have either the Power Soul, brain not working, why can't I remember the name of her ultimate weapon?
Platinum, not... Oh, Heaven...
Platinum Heart.
Final Heaven. Oh, wait, Platinum Heart. I was going to say Platinum something, and I was like, wait, that's Final Heaven, isn't it? No, that's the Living.
Yeah, really, if I have those, I'm fine. Once you get to this point in the game, the only weapons you're going to be using that aren't those are those that have double or triple materia growth. And now I want to come up here because there's one item that we couldn't grab earlier, and that is Sid's Glow Lance. Again, I've never used it. I don't know what it does. If there's anything special, I'll probably do my usual little information thing about it. And the last things we can grab, first off, there was a little joke early on in the game you might have thought about. We can get the HP shot for Ketchi from that megaphone in the locker we saw back in part 8 or 6. That is Ketchi's ultimate weapon. Similarly to Cloud's ultimate weapon, it does more damage the closer Ketchi's HP is to its max. And also we can now bang on the vending machines and get those things we couldn't get earlier on in the game, a couple of sources. Kind of a weak reward for something we did so long ago, but oh well. But now there's one more thing I want to show off here. Something I could have shown off all the way back when, but I took the front door approach. How do you like stair montages? Back when we were first here, we could have gone up all these stairs, and they make you do all 60 flights. I've counted. The only reason I'm doing this now is that there's 2 items along the way we can grab, a behemoth horn and an elixir. So let's just get down there as fast as we can, and he's running around and around and around and around.
Well, oh.
Cloud's legs are going to be screaming at him by the end of this.
Dude, imagine having to go up those flights of stairs again.
Ugh. There's the behemoth horn. And the elixir, I think, is within the next 3 flights.
What does the behemoth horn do?
I think it inflicts a status ailment. There's the elixir.
That's it? Are you serious?
Yeah, I think the elixir isn't there on the first run through. I think you have to come back like after a certain point or something. I forget. The items here are not worth it. The only reason I'm showing this off is because I didn't back in part 6 or whatever.
This is really...
The only saving grace of doing this back when you're first raiding Shinra HQ is that you get little spicy dialogue from Barrett and Tifa because they're also running up with you. And, like, Barrett's running out of breath. Tifa's like, push on, come on, we can do it. Huh. My legs are killing me.
Nice.
All right, what are we doing again? All right, Hojo, can I take a 5-minute break? Oh, God. But yeah, goodbye, Shinra HQ. I have 0 positive memories of you, aside from meeting Red 13 in you. Oh, I know, and the enemy skill material, you gave me that, so, you know, that's 2 things. Goodbye, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, screw off. Alright, now let's actually head towards our destination of the schist array. And we are very close to it at this point, because I think there's only 1 intersection left after this, and I'm going the wrong direction! Kyle? Kyle? Kyle! Oh wait, am I going the right direction? I can't remember. Oh wait, no, I am. Sorry about that. It's been a bit. I forgot which direction I had to go there.
Oh dear.
Whew. I was about to yell it past me, and then future me was going to yell it past me for yelling it past me. Why are we stopping? I hear footsteps.
I don't... See, here's the thing. Why? It's approaching so slowly. You have so much time to just flee.
I mean, it does have a big gun on the back of it, but what the hell is this giant red robot? It's not the Sinanju.
It's the Proud Clod.
Oh, I know those laughters. Scarlet, Heidegger, what are you doing in a giant robot? You should be in a command center where it's safe. Come on, you guys, we're soldier. Well, we're not soldier. We're avalanche. We're badass. We can take you.
Did she just do her slapping animation?
I think. Using an anti-aircraft weapon against people, though, is not the worst idea in terms of trying to get things done. Yeah, this is the Proud Clod. I forget which. I think Proud is
I've said Proud Cloud and Proud Clod. I like Clod more just because of Steven Universe.
I have yet to watch that.
Watch it. It's really good.
I've heard that much. I think I watched 1 season with a group of friends, but I need to catch up with it. Either way, the Proud Clod has 60k HP, 7,000 experience points, 1,000 AP, 10,000 gil. Will drop a particular weapon upon defeat. We'll see that when the time comes. But this thing has 2 notable phases. Standing, and it'll eventually get on its knees to charge its ultimate attack, which I think is like the Materia Jammer or something, beam cannon. The big thing to note is that it also has a little piece of armor on its chest called the Jamar Armor, which has its own set of HP, which is 20,000 HP, 8,000 experience points, 1,500 AP, 10,000 gil. If you kill the Proud Clod without destroying that, the Proud Clod's defense is a little higher, I believe, and you don't get the experience points from the Jamar Armor. It can use Reflect on the party, which is kind of bad for curing reasons, but if I'm just going all-out attack anyway, it's not going to be too big of a deal. The biggest note about this is that this fight can be kind of drawn out due to its defense and HP pool.
The good thing is that you're always guaranteed a nice, shiny sword.
Yeah, the sword we get from this is a really good sword. Otherwise, you want to use attacks that can pierce defense, like the Bahamut Summon Line, Magic Breath. You're really going to want to use things that can target just an enemy party in general, so you can kill the Jamar Armor as well. But overall, this is not a very threatening fight. It has presence, and I like that it's playing the Shinra theme over it. But otherwise, you're not in for much trouble here.
Yeah. I kind of wish they made this fight more difficult.
They probably will in the remake, because I'm expecting a lot out of late game in the remake. But as it is, not much to worry about here. And it's not the only time we see this thing, either. Keep in mind for a little special thing we'll be doing in about 2 parts. Maybe 3, I forget exactly which part I do that on. But yeah, Magic Breath away, Ultima, Bahamuts, you should be fine. Regen is suggestible as well in case you get some of his admittedly powerful party targeting attacks out on you. And that's about it.
Yeah. I guess one thing I'll say is, like, the first thing I saw when I looked at the head is it looks like Samus.
Oh my god, you're right. Alright, so Giga Bowser exists. Now we need Giga Samus.
Giga Samus came out in 1997.
I guess, actually, now I think about it, it would be kind of cool if her ship could transform into a giant robot with her suit piloting it. That would be cool. Prime 4, get on that. Part of the reason this fight becomes very drawn out as well, the Proud Clod has really long combat animations, and sometimes they'll just stand there doing nothing while you're waiting. Oh yeah, this is Shadow Flare, by the way.
It looks cool. I like it.
Yeah, it looks really cool, and it does decent damage.
Also, Cloud's going to deal more damage than Barret on this because he's got a higher magic stat. So good.
Yeah, almost more about double. Actually, what is the exact defenses this thing has? 120 magic, 170 physical. Yeah, that's some pretty good defenses. There is a glitch with this fight, though, notably. It's called the Quadramagic Ultima glitch, where if you cast Ultima against Proud Clod with Quadramagic while the Ultima Materia is linked to HP or MP Absorb, you could freeze the game because of some overflow values.
Wait, you could what?
You could freeze the game.
Ah.
So I'd recommend not doing that because...
I mean, couldn't you also kill it in one shot because of that same exact reason? Notably with Barret and Vincent?
Yeah, there's also a potential infinite loop with an enemy skill you can only get in the final area, which means you can only get that with hacking. And there is actually a glitch I should talk about called the Raid on Midgar glitch, where you skip this entire sequence of events. Where when you're approaching the North Crater on the Highwind after defeating Diamond Weapon, there's a scene where Reeve is at Shinra quarters with Heidegger and Scarlet and calling Hojo on the phone. At that point, you are still technically movable, and you can move out of a certain area, I believe. The speedrun that happened at GDQ about 3 or 4 years ago now that I mentioned a couple times showed that off in full force, if I recall. It's a really interesting glitch to see because there's just so much skipped. The only downside is Cloud is invisible on the field, and in the PS1 version, no music plays until the end of Part 2, which is the Disc 2 stuff. Alright, now that it's on its knees, it's charging its ultimate beam cannon attack, which just does more damage. There's not really much else notable about it. And even then, it usually happens so late in the HP pool that you're not going to be worried about it. And then we get the Ragnarok, which is a really good sword for Cloud if you haven't gotten the ultimate weapon. You could still get out. You could still get out. You could still get out. You could still probably get out. Got plenty of time.
People are so dumb. Shinra is so dumb. Everyone working for Shinra except Reeve is so dumb.
Like, why don't even... they don't even have an escape
Also,
patch?
it starts raining too. Nice effect.
A nice little attention to the detail. If you look where we are, we're actually back where we were right after the first reactor raid in Part 1.
Ooh, the mist dial. That's one of my favorite accessories in the game.
The missile is the best piece of equipment in the game, in the PlayStation 1 version, because due to the magic defense glitch, you don't have to keep in mind that value at all. You essentially have a 50% chance of dodging any given attack, which is absurdly good. Oh, really? One last encounter. Here was an interesting one. This is the Grosspanzer. This thing is made up of 3 parts: small, big, and mobile. They each have their own things. The small cannon is small. That's 2,900 HP, 600 experience points, 80 AP, 700 gil. Weak to lightning. Big is the bigger cannon. That is 4,600 HP, 800 XP, 80 AP, 2,100 gil. Will drop an 8-inch cannon upon defeat, still weak to lightning. And the mobile has 10,000 HP, 400 experience points, 80 AP, 1,400 gil. Doesn't drop anything, still weak to lightning. If you destroy the mobile version, the mobile part first, the others will just go with it without any EXP, AP, gil, or items given to you. It's a pretty cool enemy design-wise, but it's kind of just here. I'm surprised they didn't make this an early game boss fight, honestly. Either way, with that... Oh, we got Ungarmax.
Ooh.
That is Barrett's technically best limit break in the game in terms of pure damage potential, even more than his final limit break. But with that, we're going to need to end this off here. Thank you guys for watching, and in part 32... we're gonna be traveling up the rest of this canon to fight Hojo and end off Disc 2.
Kill him. Kill him.
Oh, I will.
Kill Luigi.
See you guys then.